2004 MasterCraft XStar. This thing's in awesome condition, in red and white. I believe this is the first year for the newer XStar hull. So this thing's got the new the pickle fork bow. Boat's been really well taken care of. We've gone through and fully serviced this XStar, and it runs great. Did a couple little upgrades, like added a GPS perfect pass to it. But she is dialed and ready for the water. It's sitting on a tandem axle factory MasterCraft trailer. It's in great shape as well. But inside and out, this thing's awesome. We'll get around and get a good look at the condition and any cosmetic blemishes on here. While we're on the back here, you'll see there are underwater lights down low and a transom remote. Kind of interesting on here, a rhino lined platform with SeaDeck on it. Four-point tower with 4 Clarion tower speakers. Each one has a tweeter. There are tower lights up there, and then the classic clamping MasterCraft board racks and a tower mirror. Boat also includes a bimini top. Let's get in a little closer on the XStar. Very few, I wouldn't call anything major cosmetic blemishes on this boat, but there are a few light scratches that we'll see in a couple spots. The graphic is original. It's in an awesome condition. You might notice a couple little tiny nicks in it. Nothing bigger than what we're seeing right here, so no bigger than the tip of my finger. Stuff you don't really see until you get right up on it. A couple right there on this side. As we get forward towards the nose, there are a couple light, really small scratches on here. So again, a couple there. If we get up below the rub rail towards the front here, you'll see one there and there. Move forward, there's a couple in front of that. Kind of roll down the way here. That's it for this side. So just a handful of small little nicks there. Don't really notice until you're right up on it in the sun. There is a anchor storage in the front here. It flips down. Pull up MasterCraft cleats. I believe there's 4 of those on here. Oh, I just had wax there. Sorry, it's not even a scratch. So the nose on the port side is really clean, and then again, your graphic is pretty much in the same condition as the other side. A couple small little marks here and there. Nothing crazy. And then over here, small scratch below the graphic there. And then the worst scratch on the boat is on this corner. It's kind of deep, but it's only about 1.5 inches long, and a little scuff above it. But again, I think for a 13-year-old boat, this thing's in amazing shape. Has been waxed and polished, but didn't do any repairs on the scratches because there weren't any there to begin with. Alright guys, so on into the interior of this XStar. White main with silver boxing, red accents. We did replace the skin on this center engine hatch. There were some splits in the seams running vertically here, so we went ahead and got rid of those and got a fresh skin put on there. It's probably where the main traffic in and out of the boat when you're riding is, obviously, so I got a lot of use and needed fixed. Our hatch over here has one small cut on that spot there, really small. Other than that, engine hatches are good. Let's go ahead and pop open our storage hatches and take a look at the motor and what kind of room we're working with underneath here. This XStar has got the 350 MPI MCX motor. It's made by Enmar, and that's a 5.7 liter. It's got 357 hours on it. And again, it's been freshly tuned up and serviced here at our shop. And runs great. We've got on-water video coming live here shortly, so check that out. Nice deep storage compartments on either side of the motor. This is sitting with the stock ballast setup. So you got 2 hard tanks in the corners here and 1 in the belly. I think that's right around 900 pounds if I recall correctly. Not a ton of ballast, but this is a nice footprint for any upgrades anybody would want to make. It has a great wakeboard wake right out of the box. If you want to ramp it up, this thing will handle it. An XStar does like extra ballast thrown in if somebody wants to do that. Our seat back here has has some splits across the seams, and that's probably the worst that we're gonna see on the interior. There's just some splits along that seam right at the top. None of them are very bad. They're maybe 1/4 of an inch long each one. Nothing's broken open completely, so it's not super unsightly, and I don't think they're going to be splitting open any worse than that. So wraparound seating in here. This does have a Clarion stereo, as mentioned before. It's going to have 6 interior Clarion speakers with tweeters. If we look over on the starboard side, there is a Clarion sub mounted below the seat base there. And then again, the 4 tower speakers up top. Storage wise, it's going to be kind of hard to pop these open one-handed because they are loose seat cushions. But nice storage that communicates onto the back in each corner here. Your batteries live on the opposite side, so there's not really any room to put anything over there. Back center seat flips open to a storage tray above the V drive here. If you pull that out, there's just access to your V drive. Nothing most people are going to need to get to other than popping the drain plug in. Actually, drain plug's in the belly, so never mind. Dual batteries sit right here. Let's hop open the glove box storage. This is on a gas shock, and then you can pull out the cushion below. Tons of room up here. This just seems like it goes on forever. We move over the life jackets here. You'll see there's a ladder that attaches on the platform. Amps mounted on the right side. And again, there's so much room in there. You can fit wakeboards, surfboards, all that in there, no problem. Throw this seat cushion back on, maybe. Pardon the shaky camera. In our glove box, there's been added a newer Fusion stereo. It is equipped with Bluetooth. So Fusions are great, nice and waterproof setup on that. There's a 12-volt charger in the glove box as well. On our dash, standard instrumentation across this. Power this on here. Actually, I don't have the batteries on, but so skip that. But on the left, you got your ballast fills, courtesy lighting, horn, speedometer calibration, gauges across there for your ballast. Tack, oil pressure, speedo, engine temp, and perfect pass. That has been upgraded to GPS. Below, fuel and depth, voltage, blower, everything on rocker switches on the dash. And then you have a stereo remote right here. You can do volume, pause, mute, all that good stuff. 12-volt charger below the throttle here. Kill switch. Fire extinguisher mounts below the driver's feet there. Kind of a handy spot for that. Our flooring in here, snap out carpet. I didn't mention that, but underneath is just going to be like a textured fiberglass floor. Carpet's in great shape. It's not dry rotted anywhere that I've seen. Nice big open bow. It's the biggest feature on this XStar when it came out, I'm sure. Went from a traditional bow to the big pickle fork front end. So tons of space up here. Plenty of room to stretch out. This is one of the bigger bows that you're gonna see on any inboard out there. So tons of space. Front cushion's got like a cooler, and on either side of the front here, access to our storage under the glove box from the front, and another storage spot here on the driver's side. We have the cover in here right now, and it looks like a spare or a prop box in there. Also have a air dam on here. Close that thing off on those cooler days. But really nothing else to point out. Vinyl's all good to go on here. Getting close on those seams. It's usually where you see the splits happening. The only thing that shows age is you have a few wrinkles like in these corners here. And you know, you're in these corner seats. The padding's probably broken in a little bit, so it's a little squishier. But it's all good to go. So feel free to give us a call if you have any questions. But this thing is in awesome shape and probably won't last super long. So give us a call. N3 Boatworks, 317-845-9253. Thank you for watching.